Now, joining us from Rochester, New York, is Mortrea. Now, Mortrea has known her husband, Quincy, for 20 years. They've been married for 11 of them. Right before the wedding, Mortrea confessed that she had once kissed one of Quincy's family members when she was just a teen, way back. Now, 2 decades after that kiss, Quincy now denies he's the father of their youngest child, Hasai. And it all started with this kiss. So, Mortrea, welcome to the show. You've been with Quincy for 20 years. You have 4 children. So what does your family mean to you? Everything, I would suspect.
Yes, Maury. My family means everything to me. I grew up knowing nothing but family. You take care of your family, you be there for your family. And for Quincy to deny our youngest son after all these years, suspecting is his family member's son, I can't have that, Maury.
Obviously, he's a good dad, right? You have 3 other kids. He's close to them. Does he seem a little distant to Hasai?
No, Maury, he doesn't seem distant, but he treats him differently than our other kids.
Here's the thing. He's got it in his head. He's got it in his head that his family member could be the father of this child.
Yes, he does, Maury. He has it in his head, in all his hearts of hearts. He believes he is not the father, but his family member is.
All because of a kiss you gave the family member when you were a kid, when you were like 15 years old.
That family member gave me a ride to work, which was his idea because we did not have a vehicle at the time. And then later on, I found out I was pregnant, Maury.
So because the family member, the same family member, gave you a ride around the time you got pregnant, Quincy thinks that he's the father.
Yes, he thinks that he's the father due to him giving me a ride to work.
What you're saying is you never slept with that family member.
I never slept with that family member, Maury. It was just a kiss.
And it was a kiss 20 years ago. Oh.
Yes.
Here's the thing. When you found out you were pregnant, was Quincy okay with it, or did he doubt it in the beginning?
He did. He looked at me with disgust, like, that's not my baby, because at the time we was not sexually active like that. And then he realized the time framing. He thought about it. He knew that was the time. His family member gave me a ride, and it all came back to him, Maury.
He was there during the pregnancy for you. He went to the hospital, didn't he, when you gave birth?
Yes, Maury. He was there for me the whole pregnancy. He was there for me through the birth and everything. Even signed the birth certificate, Maury. That's why I don't understand why he's still denying that he's his.
He went and saw his family member and saw his family member's child, and all of a sudden he takes a picture of that family member's child and Hasai, a picture of him, and says, they look like brothers.
He did do that. And also, there's a situation with Hasai has a third nipple, just like his family member. And so that makes it even more suspicious that he's not the father of my son.
Wow. Everybody ought to know, there was a slip-up between you and Quincy about a year ago, right?
I own up to it, yes.
You felt that you were not being treated well. You thought that Quincy might be stepping out of the relationship with you, so you slept with another guy.
Yes, Maury, that is true. And I know for a fact Quincy was stepping out on me. But the reason I slipped up and messed with someone else is due to the fact that I didn't feel wanted by Quincy. And then he goes and takes his wedding ring from me, Maury. And that right there, that was it. That was the line that I crossed with him.
20-year relationship with Mortrea. I mean, that's a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah. So why would you deny this little boy?
It's not adding up. Math is the only exact science, and 1 + 1 will always get 2, and 2 + 2 will always get 4. But something's not adding up.
Tell me about the science. What isn't adding up?
Just the timing. We weren't really having sex at the time, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I did suggest that.
Quincy,
yeah.
I don't understand why you say stuff like that. You know he's your son. I don't understand.
You told my producers that you've been keeping something from Mortrea that kind of further confirms your doubts about Hasai. What is that?
At the time that little Hasai was conceived, around that time, well, Mortrea, I was waking up, and then she was having sex with me. So I already felt like something was wrong, and I felt like she was, at this moment, she wants me to, you know, have sex with her.
Saying why
because
you was
maybe
waking up
something
to
was
me having
going
sex
on
with you,
that
Quincy.
she wanted to cover up. So what I did was, I laid down with Mortrea, and while she thought that, you know, we were doing the thing, and then I had finished, that wasn't the case, Maury. Little did she know, I had a condom on the whole time, and I never, you know, fertilized the egg.
You're not making any sense. You state that You was woken up to me having sex with you, but yet now you have a condom on? How is that possible?
Okay, on that instance, I've never finished. I never finished. I made you get a ball from me because I didn't feel right about you having sex with me while I was asleep.
So that's where Quincy talks about the math, because what he says is the time you thought you conceived with Quincy, actually, he didn't complete the deal.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
And for her to tell me 2 weeks later that she's pregnant, it only makes sense.
All right.
That I'm not the father.
All right, let me move on. Another one of your doubts. Give me the nipple story here. What does that mean?
None of my kids have more than 2 nipples.
Okay.
My family member, he has 4 nipples, and all of his children have more than 2.
Do you think Hassan looks like you or not?
He looks like my family member.
Look at that picture, Quincy.
He looks like a Jackson. Look at the arc on his eyebrows. Not my eyebrows. He's a beautiful Jackson. He is a Jackson. That's a fact. Which Jackson does he belong to?
Okay, here's the thing.
He's your son. Come on now.
Do you treat that little boy differently than your other 3 kids?
I treat him no different.
No.
Listen, I show that boy more love. I show him more love because it's a shame.
You a damn
It's a shame
liar.
that he doesn't know who his
That
father
Quincy.
is. It's a shame, and I feel bad for that boy.
Do you think the fact that Mortrea confessed to you that she stepped out on you about a year or so ago, that plays a role in all of this?
Not only was it something that she confessed that she fooled her.
I had to get it off my chest. I could not say I do to a man that I love for the rest of my life with.
But wait a minute. Quincy, that was when she was 15 years old. She was a kid.
Therefore, she didn't know how to love herself, and she didn't know how to love me. So if she can say, I love you then, the confusion must be even worse now in her head. I think she had sex with him then, and that would only mean that they probably
I did not have sex with your family member, Quincy.
And he sang a sweet song to her, a nice little lullaby. And now guess what?
Quincy.
Maury's about to read the result.
It's ruining us. We need
I got the result.
Let me say one thing.
What?
I love her, but I hate her at the same time because I feel like hate is love misunderstood. And who understands love?
Well.
When you love too early, you can't understand love.
Okay. Sound like a shrink. Maybe I can bring you closer together with the result, okay, I'm about to read. Because I know you want to be the father, right, of Hasai, right? You want to be the father? Okay.
I'm tired of this, Quincy, and now you're finna find out once and for all, Quincy.
In the case of 4-year-old Hasai, Quincy, you are the father.
I told you, Quincy! I told you! Now you have a lot! I mean, a lot of making up to you. Do you understand me?
You proved it to him. Let him get involved in that child's life. He loves that little boy, okay? You've proved it to him. And Quincy, maybe you'll have
you owe me an apology, Maury. You have no idea how long I've been living with this.
You're reading my mind. Quincy, you want to apologize?
Yeah, I apologize, but stop taking pictures like Picasso or Da Vinci and tell the truth and stay true for the whole time, and then there will be no reason for a birth to be doubted, a doubt to be birthed in my mind. Don't plant the wrong seeds. Plant healthy seeds.
I think both of you ought just let it go for a while and be happy that you proved that Quincy is the father of Hasai. You are not the father.